Welcome to Amplifyre's interview series. My name is Kristian, and joining me today is the Managing Director at BetterQA, Tudor B. Tudor, welcome to the series. How are you?
Hi, Kristian. It's great to be here. Doing well. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited about today's topic because we're talking about QA or quality assurance and why is it an important aspect of any product development. So firstly, why is QA vital to development, and should companies have their own QA in-house?
Kristian, chances are that you had an experience with a software product that did not work as expected. Over here, quality assurance is an essential part of product development because people can make mistakes that produce a defect in the program code or document. A good quality product sells well and will continue to sell past release. Everyone likes a well-functioning product, let's face it. So this is only achieved throughout testing during each of the cycles from the software development lifecycle, or SDLC. So let's keep in mind that there will always be improvements to be made, of course. There's no product without any bugs. And over here, QA will ensure at least that the most important ones are fixed before the release. However, let's say that we have a product with 0 defects. That product can also still be unusable if its functionality and interface is not user-friendly. So having a QA team, either in-house or external, does help you institute to focus on reducing cost while also increasing the speed to market and, of course, increasing the overall confidence in the product, because this is what you actually want. And additionally, it can also enhance the application safety and prevent breakdowns. So it is important to remember, however, that there are some concerns when you choose to perform your testing in-house. And over here, the testers may be assigned to several projects simultaneously, which we encounter. So that can only result in poor time management and low quality results from the testing process. And of course, over here, there's also a tendency for the QA and QC processes to be ignored, resulting in a product of poor quality, because the development manager can hide some of the problems under the rug in order to speed up the release schedule process.
You know, as I've worked with many startups, usually they're working on a very tight budget. So when it comes to cost, I know this is a major concern for any startup or entrepreneur. When should QA be done, and what's the justification for the cost?
As a QA team, over here we have a saying, we strive to do more than just mindless testing. So over here our goal is for our team to become the binding force between the development side, the business analyst, and the stakeholders. Over here we are focusing on the processes as well to achieve the required quality by working to prevent defects. So when you draw the line, the QA activities can take up to 30% of the development costs. However, if our activities improve the software development lifecycle processes, which resulted in defect prevention, in the end, the cost would be lower when you draw the line, and it would take less time to bring the product to the market. And in every product, QA can start as soon as the documentation is ready to be reviewed. So once the feature spec has been written out, we're going to review it to address it 5 problems before it gets implemented. And actually, this is my favorite part of software testing because it's also the most cost-effective way to find and fix bugs, the ones found in the documentation. And over here, I usually give an example in regards to file uploads. So let's say that the product that we're working on needs to implement a file uploading feature. The QA team can start asking questions like, what are the valid extensions that should be allowed to be uploaded? What should happen if I upload a file without an extension? What if I edit an invalid file with a valid extension? What are the error messages over there? What are the restrictions in regards to size, in regards to the title? Can all user roles upload files? Can you access an uploaded file without being logged in? Can you upload a file with 1 gigabyte size in size? So questions like these. Moving on, of course, the QA team will start writing the test cases for the feature while the development team will implement the code. And once the code is implemented, we're going to start testing the feature out on an isolated environment, of course. And then we're going to identify the bugs that will be discussed with the product management, usually the product owner or product management. And over here, our job is not done. So I always tell our QA team that, look, a good QA engineer will need to make sure that the needed bugs which need to get fixed before a release are getting fixed. Our job is not done only when we finish reporting those bugs, because the development team might defer a bug because they did not understand it, or the product owner might defer a bug because they don't understand the risks. So that's why I'm saying that we need to approach our job using the holistic approach and trying to figure out what can happen if we live with this problem in production. Can we live with this? So it's also risk management. And of course, once those bugs get fixed, we're going to execute another test run to see if other product areas have been affected. And when there are no more bugs to be fixed in the current sprint related to this feature, we're going to close up the story and call it as accepted. So I guess that's it.
Well, let's, I got one more question for you, and I think this is an interesting one because it is a hot topic right now all across LinkedIn. Everywhere you see it, people are talking about artificial intelligence like ChatGPT. Now, how do you see AI impacting quality assurance?
So personally, I have used AI in automation projects in the past, and for me, before ChatGPT, those AI tools were pretty rudimentary, but it helped me identify elements that had slight changes. So instead of the test failing, the AI identified how the element changed, and it auto-fixed that script for me, and the test passed. And now, while discussing with some of my peer colleagues in regards to what are they using ChatGPT on, so ChatGPT can write you refined code for specific functionalities that you give him or her instructions to. But of course, the first iteration might not always be good, so you always need to ask, look, refine this code for me. And of course, you need to know how to adapt that information for it to be useful for you. So ChatGPT for now, as an AI, I guess it does help to improve our work, but it's not gonna, I guess, cancel out our business, because AI still has its limitation. So as a joke, I did ask ChatGPT a tricky question, let's say. So if I was 7 and my sister was half my age, how old would she be when I'm 70? And at that time of answering the question, ChatGPT said 35. So I guess there's still things to improve on their end.
No, it's super interesting, and it's an interesting time to be alive here with technological advancements and seeing how digitized our lives have become. So it's interesting to see where it goes. But the best experiences that you're going to have in the digitized world better had some QA run through to make sure that it works. So lastly, if people are interested in learning more about BetterQA, where should they go?
You can learn more about BetterQA and quality assurance in general on our website, betterqa.co, or within our LinkedIn profile. We usually post over there a couple of articles which can be useful for you guys. And one of them, which I've written recently, is the impact of automation testing in 2023. And if that automation testing replaces entirely other aspects of QA in general. But I'm going to leave you guys to read my article and let me know what you think.
Brilliant. So go over there to their LinkedIn, check out the article. Make sure you follow them. If you get any questions, I'm sure they'll be happy to answer them for you. So Tudor, I just want to say one more time, thanks so much for joining the series. It was a pleasure to have you on today.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, Kristian, for having me, and looking forward for next discussions.